Welcome, everybody. Another episode. Past the Remote. I'm Joe. That's Mitch. On Twitter, Halftime Joe, Mitch692. Before we get into anything, of course, shout out to the patrons that are showing up as the credits as they go. Of course, follow us on all the various social medias. I always just say Google us. We will have another Discord link up there soon for y'all, just in case y'all are wondering, hey, where's the Discord link? Nobody's talking like that, but still.
I mean, people do talk like that. It's like,
Maybe.
meh, meh.
So we'll have it soon. But yeah, pretty much there's that. There's Patreon, Twitter, Instagram. I like to say, as I said a minute ago, Google us. So we do. I like to. It doesn't seem like we have a lot, but I think it's a packed show, mostly because of the shows of the week that came out. There is a lot
I was
to
going to
really
say,
talk
we've
about.
got more shows. You think there's 5 episodes?
Four
'Cause wasn't the
in the
Crisis-
crossover. Yeah, there's 4 in the crossover, so yeah. But
How many was in the crossover? Has the crossover finished completely?
yeah, so there's 4 episodes in the crossover.
Oh, so there's 7 episodes to talk about.
Yeah, so there is a lot to talk about in terms of like Shield coming
Even
back, the
though I
crossover.
haven't watched the crossover.
It's fine. I mean, we can.
I couldn't
We could go how
physically
much I
bring
loved it.
myself.
That's why.
I couldn't physically bring myself to watch the CW. So.
No, that's fine. It makes sense. So, of course, we'll get into that in a bit. But we might as well just go on and get started because I don't know how long it's gonna take, and hopefully we can get it all done, get some good stuff talking to y'all. So, with that. We're going to go into the first piece of news, which is going to be talking about Legion recasting the Shadow King. The original actor, Saeed, where does it say his name? Saeed Tag? No,
He was the dude with the fez in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, pretty much the guy in Wonder Woman. He was supposed to be the Shadow King as like a more, like the Shadow King was going to take up that human look.
He was going to look like the Shadow King.
Yeah.
But just not as fat, obviously, because the Shadow King in the Farouk form is fat. But.
Yeah, so now he's not. They're gonna be recasting. I don't think they actually say why. They're just gonna recast. You know?
Yeah, I haven't read a reason why, but this is bad. They started filming a while ago.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's a very weird thing because of how it's already filming. Maybe it's almost done. Who knows? It's gonna be out in 2018, season 2, which I'm excited for, but.
Well, we hope it's out in 2018.
Oh, it's true. But it's just one of those things. Like, are we sure was this a good idea? Like, maybe in hindsight, it might be because
it was weird. Like they had, I can't remember if it came out with the news or if it was before, but there was the picture of him with like long finger claws.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like, why are we getting this? And then turns out he's being recast.
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's just a last minute thing, and. This might actually hurt them in the end, but who knows? Maybe there isn't like maybe the scenes where they're getting actual like he has to be next to or close to everybody. They can kind of fix. You know what I mean? Like maybe the first stuff is CG.
Watch him just start again and have Aubrey Plaza back.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Even though she wasn't the Shadow King, she was more Lenny. The Shadow King looking like Lenny, but
yeah.
You know.
But it's just very weird. I don't know. You don't necessarily hear this often for TV shows, at least. I don't think so.
I don't remember the last time this happened.
At least for a superhero TV show, like one of these comic adapted properties, I don't remember the last time this really happened. Where it's like the last second they just lose the bad guy and recast. It's like so weird, but I guess
no, they haven't got a replacement for him. It's just he's going to be recast. It's just like,
So it's pretty recent too.
I wonder actually if it's because of Wonder Woman 2.
Oh, scheduling?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if they're already filming,
isn't Wonder Woman 2? No, when's that coming out? Is it 2019?
Yeah, that's not like. I think he'd be done filming Legion by then, to be honest.
Yeah.
And would he even be in Wonder Woman 2? He might be.
I mean, I don't know. That universe is playing fast and loose. Is what the fuck is continuity?
No, but I'm just saying he might like if they're going in 30 years ahead. I don't think they'd have a use for that character.
Yeah, but
anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're playing fast and loose with that continuity. So 1 minute Wonder Woman's not supposed to be active for 100 years, and next minute she's gonna be in the Cold War.
No, but all that aside, like I just think that he wouldn't be in it anyways. Like maybe
No, I'm just saying
like
it's a possibility. They could play fast and loose. I don't know, but
I don't think so.
It's kind of sucky though.
They'd have a new cast, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah,
I mean, maybe.
It is what it is, I guess. You know, he looked good or like creepy.
He looked exactly like Shadow King, just not fat.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it, because there's really no other details about this, just that he is being recast. So hopefully we get to see it in 2018, because that would suck if we don't, because Legion is really good, and I'm excited for the next season. So next up, we're going to be talking about the first look at Robin in Titans. And I mean, it looks like Robin. What else are you going to say? You know what I mean? It looks like Robin.
Exactly. It's like, what can you really say?
Yeah, it looks good. It looks straight out of the Arkham games.
I will say, the picture they released, mask looked really fucking weird, because it looked like they just cut it out or something, like in a different picture.
Yeah, I heard you said that, so I was like,
it's just like just looking at it, like, what's going on here? Is that actually there, or is it not? It's playing with me out. But no, it looks good. I wish it was a bit slightly brighter, but
yeah, I mean that, like, if we're looking back at all of Greg Berlanti's projects, all of the first looks like always come out with this weird shadowy background, like in them looking off to the side type of thing. It's always like that. It probably is brighter, but it's just, I mean, I remember the Supergirl costume when it came out. It was a very dark look, but that's because that's how the first look photos come out, which is very weird.
Yeah, but like there's that picture of him in the Parker and he's wearing the suit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it's just brown. It's a really fucking dark brown. It's like, I kind of wish it was brighter.
It looks red from here. I don't.
No, it's from what I remember, it's brown.
Well, I guess I mean the show is coming out on DCU streaming service 2018. The suit was designed by the person who worked on Iron Man and Black Lightning.
Well, it looks good.
Black Lightning. I'm waiting for that show.
Black Lightning doesn't.
I'm still excited for that show. I'm waiting for it to come out. Comes out 2018.
I mean, you think what you want about, but the suit looks awful. Personally, it looks really bad.
I think that's pretty much it on this too. It just looks like Robin. I think the only thing I saw some people complain about was the weapon of choice, because that is Tim Drake's staff type of thing.
It's they're doing that fast and loose combination. So it's Dick Grayson, but have Tim Drake.
Yeah, like the Teen Titans from the old cartoon. Everybody like assumed it is Dick Grayson, but it is kind of a mixture of Dick and Tim. Yeah. So this might be around the same route. I personally hope this is in the whole CW verse or Berlanti verse, whatever you want to call it, Arrowverse. Because I think it would add more weight, or it might just be another one of those things where it's in another world, and in the next year's crossover, they'll be able to come over because Supergirl's in another Earth, the Ray's on another Earth. So
it's getting to a point where it's a bit ridiculous now.
I personally, I wonder why they just can't be on the same Earth and they don't have to be on the show all the time. They could just kind of be in their own city.
Next year's crossover, can it be Infinite Crisis and just smash everything together?
Yeah, because I still look, like I just it's just kind of weird, like, but I get it, like
it's just silly, like, because it's kind of they're in the same universe, but they're not in the same universe because they're in a different universe and they're in a different.
It is a very comic thing, I guess. Yeah. So, it's one of the more sillier aspects of comics.
At this point, it's unnecessary for the shows. It's like, just have them all in the same universe.
I mean, the Nazi thing, like Earth X, like I totally get, but I just kind of
that's fine. But like, there's no need for Supergirl to be in a different universe. Just put her in.
Yeah, I wonder, and it's like I don't think it would have been that difficult to add in, anyways. Like they didn't mention it was in this different Earth, and they could have put it in this. I don't know. I wonder how this is all gonna go about. I really hope this is in the same universe, because I did love the crossover that Crisis on Earth X, and I just would love to see these characters interact with, like, Green Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and all that. And it's made by Berlanti. I don't see why it can, and I'm excited because Jeff Johns putting in that work. What was I watching? I saw something and I was talking about Jeff Johns. Oh, Zachary Levi, who's going to play Shazam. he was doing an interview. We'll talk about it another time on another show. But he's just talking about how Jeff Johns is really working hard and getting down the character. I was just like, yeah, he really is. He's doing Titans. He's doing Shazam. He didn't do Justice League for those of y'all out there. So
for the people that want to blame him for that.
Yeah, he's doing Shazam. He's doing Titans. He hasn't done any of the CW shows in a while because I think he's still doing Wonder Woman 2 as well. So he's out there. He's out there.
I was gonna say he's also Bendis is rumored to apparently be working on the movies as well. So he's gonna have that.
I mean,
just
that's
a light load, but
yeah. So I looking forward to this, especially since it still has those two actors that are gonna play Hawk and Dove. I forget the Mika. Yeah.
Hawk and Dove.
Oh, I say Dove for some reason.
No, it's Dove.
I know. It's just I hear Dove sometimes.
Dove is a completely different thing. It's the past tense of dive.
I know that, but I heard Dove once or Dove, and I say either or. God. So yeah.
Be normal.
So yeah, with that, I guess we can now finally go into the shows of the week. Yep. So we got 3 shows, but technically like 7 episodes. So we're going to get into the first one, which is going to be Marvel's The Runaways, Season 1, Episode 4, 15. Definitely still going good, I would say. Going great, actually.
What was the significance of 15?
The episode?
Yeah. Why was it called 15?
I thought it's because they were all 15.
Are they all 15?
They're in high school. I would have maybe. Because that whole, freshman year, you, don't hang out with the people you used to hang out with. There's that typical thing that happens. So
True. But no, it was a good episode. No. It's been a while since I watched it. I kind of really forgot.
My favorite part was when the parents of Gert, they found out that the kids know and that whole thing.
I love those parents.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're nothing like the comics. They completely changed them, but it's fun.
I really enjoyed that whole aspect though of them finding out that the kids know, and then the kids being worried about what's gonna happen. The parents really wanted to leave, but then Alex's not Alex, mom, what's her name? Nikki, mom. Nico. I say Nikki for some reason. Nico's mom won't let them leave. So it's starting to show who the real villains are out of the parents, and Nico's parents being the mom at least being the main evil makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a twist in it though. I don't think they're going to be as evil as you think they're going to be.
Oh, well, she seems evil to me, to be honest. She's over here hiring.
I mean, sure, that's why it'll be a twist.
Yeah.
But no, I think there'll be a different reason for it. Also, going back to last week's, the girl at the start you were saying was Abby. Abby? It was Destiny.
Yeah, yes. I saw somebody say that too, and I was like, oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it might be. I don't know. It makes sense that it was that one girl that died, but this is definitely not only with Gert's parents, but with Chase's Chase's dad, where I thought he was probably the most dickish out of all of them. It definitely seemed like he was beating his kid, but he's over here over here wanting to help, and it just feels like the parents know that there might be some blowback in the end, and they've kind of built up this thing for their kids to be able to be safe. So the Gert's parents made the dinosaurs so that it can defend the kids. Maybe Chase's dad was the way he is so that he could push Chase to be that. It's a weird way of doing it, but I think it is.
I was going to say, it's, beating your kids a bit of a weird way.
Yeah, but there's definitely a thing in storytelling that I've seen in movies and TV shows where we don't know how much he actually beat him. We just know that he was very dickish and mean. You know what I mean?
No, we saw him beat him in the first episode, didn't we?
No, I don't think we actually saw him beat him. We saw him be very angry, very cold-hearted, but we didn't actually see him hit him. So yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I just remember seeing it in my head. But...
Yeah. This episode just made me realize, yeah, you're right. The parents maybe aren't as evil, but all the parents kind of have plan Bs to keep their kids protected in that sense. Whereas Molly's parents had this farm, and maybe they helped her get super strength so that they could protect her, when she needed to get protected and stuff like that. So it definitely seems like there is that. I don't know if it's just me.
I mean, sure, no, I see it.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
Because
I just want to know how they're going to handle the comic booky elements. They expanded on it in this one. Where the first 2 or the first 3 were more grounded, and this one's kind of look at everything weird. Like like you get the bit more with
The dinosaur.
oh, I was gonna say there's old Lace, there's Nico going through her mum's room.
Yeah.
Was that this episode, or what am I thinking of
Nico
that
went to her
episode?
mom's room?
Yeah, because she picked up the staff and the snow came about.
Yeah, I think it is this one. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw them go to the police station, and the same cop was there, putting
Yeah.
like saying I can handle this and whatnot. And then those two dads, wow, they are clueless. Who?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I assume one of them. You talking about like the dad that's not in the Pride,
No, no, no,
and he's
no, no. Nico's dad and Chase's dad, Victor, where they're over here trying to get a hobo, and the hobo like out muscles them.
oh yeah, I forgot about
Wow, they are so like it's crazy to me, man. But I mean, I definitely still am loving this show, especially the way they handle Chase's storyline of his teammates almost raping freaking one of his friends.
Carolina.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I can't get down with
That's
that either. I'm
really,
so glad
that's
he
really
left the
bad.
team, man. I'm so glad he left. Don't be about that life, and it is very topical. A lot of these things, like they're
Yeah, yeah.
handling. So that's why I'm really loving it. I think it might only have 4 episodes left, or actually maybe a little bit more. But
I think it's
if it's 13,
10 or
right? Yeah.
it's 10 or 13, I
I
think.
s So it's still time.
We're nearly halfway through.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I don't, it's a strange way of doing it, doing 3 and then
Yeah.
10. It's really weird.
But
Like
what,
if you get like
yeah.
just do one or the other, like don't drop off.
What was your favorite part though of the episode?
Um, I think it's definitely all the comic booky elements. Like Carolina has all the weird, funky light powers, which
Yeah.
I think her parents are aliens in the comics. I don't know how they're going to play that here. Like you go more into like the stuff of one with Nico and those abilities. You got just the puppet of old Lace. I say puppet, the animatronic, because
Yeah.
that thing looks fucking incredible.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yes, the CG when it runs
Oh,
is clearly CG, but it's not bad.
dude, when Molly's about to like walk that dinosaur out of the house, or, like they're about to go at it, like Molly just goes, "Let's go, dinosaur," and then the dinosaur's about to hit him too. I thought that was a great little moment right there. I was like, "Oh, Molly could actually beat it." I don't know what that dinosaur's thinking. Molly's got super strength, but
No, it just
yeah.
looks so good. No, it's everything about the show just looks it's really nicely shot. Like it's got a nice aesthetic
I
to it.
It just seems to me we don't know. The only person we don't know too much about, like in terms of power wise, is Alex. Like, is he just super smart? Because they talk about like him hacking, and is he just super smart?
I'm
Like,
not sure about Alex. I think because the genius is Chase.
yeah, he can build stuff. Yeah, he should be that. Yeah.
Like that's his thing. I'm not 100. I think Alex might just be normal. I'm not 100%
What?
sure on it.
Damn, he's the only normal. Well, I mean, to be fair, Chase is but he's really smart and he has like that stuff. So he has the
I
tech.
wouldn't. Don't quote me now. I'm not 100%. He's the only one I don't really know
I think I'm
about.
gonna
The
look it
rest-
up because I'm very curious. So I'm gonna Alex. No, he's just son of a mafia crime boss and a master strategist. Like he's the
Oh,
leader
there you go.
basically. Yeah, he has no actual superpowers.
I was gonna say he's got like the strategical mind.
Yeah, so I mean, his dad, of course, was that. Maybe his dad was teaching him all these years, kind of like to be
Also,
smart.
just
and all.
quickly,
Huh.
Alex, it made me laugh because it was kind of like a little blunder in the show. He goes through his dad's drawer and he's
Yeah.
moving everything about, and he lifts up the stapler.
Yeah,
When he lifts up the whole entire bottom, nothing moves, even though just a second before he's like rummaging everything around, and it's like you can clearly tell they just had to cut and stick everything down so it doesn't fall everywhere.
yeah.
And it just stuck out a little bit. It's like
All right.
we had to stick.
I'm gonna run down the powers for you because I don't think it's not really spoiling for us or whatever. Like I don't think it matters. Alex, he's just the son of, like I said, master strategist. Nico, daughter of dark wizards, armed with the mystical staff of one. Carolina, daughter of alien invaders with solar energy based powers. You're right on that. Molly, daughter of telepathic mutants, and
She was a
possesses-
mutant, which I don't know
possesses-
how they're gonna handle her. Is she gonna be a mutant or is she just gonna be something else?
Inhuman.
Because she's not a human.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
she would have gone through Terrigenesis and not had the cramps, which I thought was a nice way to introduce their powers. But it's like it could be cramps.
Look, it says right, and it also says she has invulnerability. I don't know how much of that's going to be an actual show. Maybe it's only when the eyes light up she's invulnerable.
I imagine so, because
Yeah.
that seems to be when her powers are active.
Yeah. Chase, son of a mad scientist armed with father's fistigons and naturally skilled pilot. Gert.
I love that so much.
This,
Fistigon.
yeah,
So
yeah. When he said that, I was like, really? But yeah, I love it too. Here's Gert, daughter of time-traveling criminals, possesses telepathic link with their genetically engineered dinosaur from the 87th century. Oatlace, Gert's dinosaur.
Yeah.
I don't think they're time-traveling criminals.
No, they're not time traveling. They definitely tone the comic bookiness of it down.
Yeah.
But I think it's worked. Like I don't think time traveling in the show. I think it'd be a bit too much.
Yeah.
It's like, no, let's just ground them a little bit, put them in a more realistic setting. Don't do aliens, don't do mutants, don't do time travelers. Just go.
I mean, either way, I really enjoyed this episode. I gotta say, I mean. What was it? There's the one part. One of my the funniest moments in this was they're in that area, like a Starbucks or something like that, and he says, "Who has this certain car?" And everybody has it. And I was like, "That's such a millennial thing. Of course, all these kids have that certain car." I forgot the car though, but I laughed hard, man. That was funny.
Oh, fuck, it's gonna bug me. I'm going to watch that episode again now. It's gonna bug me.
I'm excited to see what happens next, to be honest. What else do you want to bring up about this episode? Because we still got the other things.
I don't think there's much more. It's just a really good show.
Yeah, I agree. And
it's kind of doing the CW better than the CW does CW. But
these are actual kids.
Well, CW's teen drama, and it's like,
and they're not necessarily. They're like young adult drama, I would say.
Which is exactly what this is.
Well, no, this would probably be a teen.
It's a young adult.
Well, there's two different ones because these are teens, and I would say the CW teens goes more for young adults.
Young adults are like 13 to 18.
See, I always thought young adults were 18 to 25.
No,
that's what they always make it seem like. What's a young adult? That's like looking up what's a millennial.
Oh, I mean millennials.
Young adult age range.
80s to the noughties.
See, young adults.
2005.
I was wrong. Young adults are considered 18 to 35. That's weird. That's how you a young adult at 35.
How the fuck am I still a young adult?
Yeah, middle-aged adults, 36.
I mean, let's not go too far.
That kind of makes sense, I guess. Young adult, like they're adults, but they're the younger version of all the adults. I guess that kind of makes sense.
I mean, that's what they call young adults.
Yeah, we've kind of got lost in that definition, or like over the years, kind of like a lot of different words always get lost. Like.
I just don't. Always associate young adults with being 35.
See, I associate with 18 to 25. Like 35, that's way too. Like, yeah, that's way too much.
Like 20 at a push.
Yeah. I like that's what when people say young adult, I think of 20 or something like 21. One of those.
That's strange. That's really off topic of that strange.
Yeah. You learn something every day.
Getting back to the Runaways, it's really good. I want to see how they play certain aspects of it up down the line. So I've been looking more into the Runaways. I haven't actually read it still, so I probably will when it finishes. But it's just certain things I want to see how they handle that, and see how they handle the changes. Like, what are you going to do? Like with Carolina, what are you going to do with her powers? How are you going to explain that away?
Yeah, I mean, I see. Like when my theory was, you know how I was telling my theory is that all the parents are kind of like having safeguards or plan Bs for their kids to be able to protect themselves in the future, and the bracelet was there to kind of make sure nobody finds her out / her power kind of builds up, and by that, like, it comes out like slowly type of thing, like she's able I don't know, to me it just seems like they all have like little things to protect themselves in the end.
Also, what the fuck is up with Scaly Mummy in the bed?
Yeah,
I assume that's the dad.
Yeah, that's
they don't actually say in this episode. It's just like,
I thought that was gonna be the dad or the grandpa of Carolina, but it could actually be her original father.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's more Molly. You know, like if it's one of Molly's parents. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Wow, I never even think of that. So,
sure.
Yeah. All right, that's kind of it for the Runaways. So we're now gonna get into Crisis on Earth X crossover. I personally love this one, and especially the way they gave an exit to Martin Stein's character and the Firestorm character. I thought it was very heartfelt, beautiful in a way. I thought it worked well for his character and everything, for all the characters he impacted, because he's been around like all the shows, and except Supergirl, I think. So I thought it was great. Like, so they kill him off, and in a very kind of like heroic manner where he has to, he's on Earth X and he has to lift up this lever or pull it down to open up the portal, and he gets shot. Like, he gets shot before, but then he gets shot again. It's like, damn. Heatwave definitely does ham it up. There was one part of it where I really loved how he hammed it up. I'm forgetting it, man, but there's really one part of it. But yeah, so
hold on, is that the bit where it's just after like the Nazi ones arrived? I saw the clip and he's like talking about sausages or whatever.
No, it was the crab legs. Crab legs, they were good. No, that wasn't it. But there was another part later. But
I could say that was cringy as fuck.
There was like, it was very cheesy. Like, a lot of the whole thing was very cheesy, and I thought I wasn't gonna like the whole aspect that it being surrounded about Barry and Iris's wedding. But I actually really liked it, and I kind of wish it would have ended a little differently, because it ends with Diggle, who didn't get to do anything besides the last 5 minutes, and he gets to ordain Barry and Iris, because they don't actually say "I do," because Nazis take over.
Yeah.
He marries Barry and Iris, and he marries Oliver and Felicity, but I kind of wish it ended on a more Justice League type of note, where like the Hall of Justice, they talk about it again, because they mentioned it last crossover, but it kind of seems like they forgot. And I was listening to an interview with Daniel Panabaker, who plays Killer Frost, Caitlin Stone, and she was on a podcast with Michael Rosenbaum, a really great podcast. I always listen to it now, but she talks about how they were going to do like a whole thing for Killer Frost in season 3, and she was told they were going to do about it, but then she said like halfway there she felt like they kind of just forgot about it. And I was like, yeah, that kind of seemed to me too. Like, they kind of just forgot about it.
I'd annoy me. I'd walk out.
No, because she definitely.
You're just going to forget my character. You can get fucked.
I mean, they didn't forget it all around. Like, they definitely pushed it aside, and for other type of storylines that.
It's another reason why I can't watch these shows.
Well, that's another.
You don't. It annoys me it annoyed me with Shield when they just did that Inhuman and just left him in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, can we get that resolved? I fucking hate plot threads like that.
Yeah.
So don't forget about it. Just do it one way or another. Just resolve that plot thread.
But with cause she's Killer Frost now, and now she's able to be that character and that hero, quote unquote. I definitely like that she's able to turn into him more and just like kind of like embrace it, because I thought that's better. Now she has her own little costume. But yeah, so kind of going through, not ranking, but like going through the episode, I won't take too long. First episode, it was kind of the introduction, like, oh, everybody's being invited to Barry and Iris's wedding. And I very much loved how it went through everybody. So like Supergirl was fighting somebody, and they're like, hey, did you get the invite for Iris's wedding? And then Oliver was fighting ninjas. Is like, hey, are we going to Iris' wedding? Like, yeah, we're going to. I kind of love that. It's kind of just baked into this universe of how, they can just call each other if they wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really can. Like, it's all like just right there.
But can you call each other through universes? Is there like a multiverse phone?
Yeah. Because there's a little portal.
I suppose, yeah.
They have a portal they built just for Supergirl to be able to travel from her Earth to their Earth and back.
What's the point? Just bring them home. If you're going to have a fucking open doorway, just knock the wall down.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Open plan everything.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for a while now. But yeah, so it starts off like that. They all go to the wedding. They're all meeting up, and they're all getting to know each other. It's like, oh, hey, and of course Alex and Sarah Lance, they get into bed with each other, because Sarah is like a straight up pimp or something.
I was gonna say, who doesn't Sarah sleep with it?
I know, it's crazy.
Slag.
But oh yeah, there's one moment when they ask Heatwave, oh, are you on the groom side or the bright side? It's like, seeing as I tried to kill the groom a bunch of times, I better sit on the bright side. And then he says, I hate cops. And he sits right next to the Central City Police Department chief. And it's like, I don't know why, that made me laugh a lot. But there's one little moment that I think a lot of people it's going unnoticed for them. And I don't know why, because it seems like it might be important. But there's a moment in this episode, in the first one, where this lady who's helping out, she asks Barry if he wants some water, but she's very awkward about it, and she says, "I'm just excited to be here for your wedding." Like, she says it, like, specifically your wedding, like, Barry, and touches his hand, or his, like, elbow or something, and says, like, I hope you have a great day, or, like, don't forget to say I do, type of thing. It felt weird, like, it felt important, but yet they didn't necessarily really pick it up. Like, I don't know.
You sound surprised.
No, but maybe it isn't. Like, to me, it's just, maybe that's just me over exaggerating it. Maybe it could have just been like a little thing, but I felt like it could have been like, maybe it was his daughter in the future coming into the past, type of thing. And I felt like that could have been a cool thing. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she never got to hear stories about her parents because like, she was born and he died, type of thing. So I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are leaving that unnoticed. Definitely seemed it might have been important, but they didn't pick it up, so maybe it wasn't really that important to begin with. So yeah, it's just the Nazis come in, and the whole reason they're there is because their Supergirl is dying and it needs a heart transplant, so they found a Supergirl from like the easiest one they could get to, and it was from this one. Like this Supergirl.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so they have to cut out her heart and give her a transplant to their Supergirl so that she can survive. Because she only really has like a couple of days or something like that. So
how are they planning to do the operation?
Red Sun radiology type of thing, where the Red Sun gets rid of her powers like over time. It's like, yeah, it's like radiation type of thing, and they had to do it for a couple hours, and then she had no powers, and they're able to cut through type of thing. But yeah, and in that Earth, on Earth X, like, Oliver and Kara are husband and wife, so there's that little joke of like, ew, like Kara from this Earth does that. But yeah, man, and there's even a moment where they save a bunch of construction workers. Like, I'm just kind of naming off my favorite moments, to be honest. So, because you didn't necessarily see it, so you just let me know if, like, what you think. So there's a moment where it's the three of them versus the three bad guys, and they end up, like, the bad guys destroy this kind of construction place with like steel beams and whatnot, and they have to save everybody. And I thought it was really cool the way they work together and whatnot. It showed that they were saving people, that they actually are a team in that sense. Kara got the steel beams, Oliver was able to kind of wrap up something, and Barry saved the construction workers. Which, to be fair, there's these two construction workers, or maybe one, who was just kind of at the very top and just he was falling down. I was like, that seems very dangerous. You should have something to keep yourself, like, connected. You know what I mean?
I mean, do construction workers do that?
I feel like they should. That seems very dangerous.
I mean, for the most part, there's not really going to be, like, an attack like that. So.
I mean, that's true. So, and going, I guess, through it, like, there was, when they take them to Earth X, it's a very interesting thing because, there's that whole firing squad part of it, and the reason why the bag was over Stephen Amell's head was because, like, the second in command to the Earth X was the bad Stephen Amell, or the bad Oliver, so one of the generals didn't want to shoot his, like, boss, so he put a bag over Oliver. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. The Ray, I liked, and of course all the CG was very, like, you could tell it's CG, but I got over that, like, super quick. So, like, it was really bad. But I got over that really quick because I just liked the fact that the Ray and the Flash were fighting Red Tornado. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to take him seriously with that stupid fucking mask on. It looks ridiculous.
With the Ray? I actually thought it looked not that bad. I thought it looked worse in pictures. I thought it looked better in person.
But I do find it strange, though, that they kind of did Nazis, but made them sympathetic.
They weren't too sympathetic. They were literally like...
They're trying to save their friend. There's a sympathetic reason for them doing what they do. It's just kind of like...
True.
But they're Nazis, though.
It's true. They definitely are, like, very hardcore about it, where they even tell Supergirl, like... or all of them, they even say this world is weak because they're so confident that they can beat any villain or any bad guy. This world needs to be with the fist. It needs to be ran with the fist, and that's the only way to get rid of any type of bad thing with an iron fist type of thing. And that's the whole Nazi thing. But Also, I was right. Prometheus was Tommy, which was a great twist in what like a fan theory everybody wanted for season 5 of Arrow. But Prometheus here was Tommy, and it was like a little thing where he almost like sympathized with this version of Oliver and like saying, I'll help you, but I don't know if I should. They might kill my family. And then he did the little twist of like, man, you're so weak, like so easily fooled by emotions. I was like, damn, he got him. And then he killed himself because, Nazis.
Because that's what Nazis do.
Yeah. And I think just one last thing before we go on to S.H.I.E.L.D., so we can have more time for S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. I really did like the ending type of thing where they all get together. Like,
did they do like a little shawarma scene or shawarma?
No. The ending, like fighting together, like they all suit up. They're on the Wave Rider.
I heard that was really bad.
Really, I enjoyed it because they're on the Wave Rider. They have their suit. Oliver's like, this, no, this planet is ours, and they're not going to take you. Good speech, Oliver. And then now they go out and fight, and I thought it was pretty cool. The CG, of course, was bad, but I thought it looked cool, like in the sense of like, oh, these heroes are fighting together, they're teaming up. Mr. Terrific threw one of his T-spears, and Adam was on it, and it like jumped up and like grew bigger and got him. That was pretty cool. I thought they were gonna do a Hawkeye Ant-Man thing where Adam was on Green Arrow's arrow, but no, it was on the T-spear. So it was kind of
that would have been really cheap if they did.
Yeah, so on a T-spear, it's good enough. So overall, I thought it was a pretty great one. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Just certain parts I would have did differently. And I don't know. I just wish they would have mentioned Hall of Justice or something. So yeah. All right. And now to go into the season 5 premiere of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 1 and 2, because it was a 2-hour type of thing. Yeah, I definitely called it from the first 17 minutes. It definitely felt like it's in the future.
Yeah, that was really fucky. Just like, what the fuck?
I like it and hate it at the same time because I felt like the whole it
feels like a way to get them away from Infinity War.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. But at the same time, I think they've handled it well so far, and it's not going to be forever. They're going to get back.
Oh,
they have to. Or something. They can't keep them there.
Is it just me, or are they more jokey this season than ever? It definitely feels like a lot more like jokes.
Max definitely amped it up a bit. He's becoming more like Luke Cage than fucking Mike Coulter.
But it feels like all of them kind of amped up like more jokes. Which is kind of weird.
I didn't find the girls to be more jokey, but definitely definitely Mac and Coulson. There's just like, yeah, you've. But then again, it's that whole like. It's not that comedy born from tragedy, but it's the awkward situation. It's kind of like, how do you cope with something? Like, make light of it. Like, people get anxious and nervous. You make a joke about it.
I don't know. To me, it just felt very.
It's just a coping mechanism. That's how I think they're trying to play it.
It just feels very, very weird and off-brand in a way because they're funny, like they have comedy, but it's a different type of comedy. It's like this one it's adding more jokes.
I don't think it's a different type. I just think it's more of.
It's more obvious, that's for sure.
No, it's just more of them. It's probably more obvious because there's more of it.
Yeah.
They've definitely upped the amount of jokes they put in there.
Yeah, and just weird because
I didn't find it. To be honest.
I don't remember even in the first couple seasons. In the first season, I don't remember it being this jokey in that sense. So it just off-put me for a little bit, but then it took me a minute to get back into it, to be honest.
I will say that it does kind of feel weird because it's directly following what happened in the framework. Like we pick up where last season left off, and there wasn't that much time from the framework. And it's like, should Mac be this jokey at this point after that? But at the same time, if the coping mechanism of it is just
sometimes he's like when I'm like. Giving reasons for Batman v Superman, you say that's too much of a stretch. I kind of think that's a stretch.
Well, no, people.
I don't know.
People make jokes.
They do, but it's just the way. It just seems like too much of a stretch. But it just put me off for like a minute or two.
It's not a stretch. Sure, it might put you up, and I will agree. They've upped it slightly. I'm just giving you the reason probably why.
Yeah.
Because I do it. I will say like people do it because it's exactly what I do.
I mean, whether it is or is not, it just feels very weird. I don't. Hopefully they can tone it down a bit, just a little bit. Like I don't need it too much. Like it needs to be the framework again, but just like
Also,
you know,
I will say they have said that Guardians inspired this part of the season, so that's probably another reason
yeah,
why.
it's probably. Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Oh, there is
it's
a
got
moment where which everybody probably like says, or it was like when Yo-Yo's like, doesn't Shield have a space division called Spear or something like that?
yeah. I
And
was
it's
like,
like
why'd you call it spear?
uh uh uh.
Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh. It's like, no, it's sword.
Yeah. So,
It's like,
um,
I thought you lived on the moon. It's just like, oh.
yeah. So, but for me, the reason why like I'm a little disappointed in that it's in the future. I mean, that's cool. Like that's a cool aspect to it. I'm interested to see what happens. But I thought when they mentioned the fact that there was like an army waiting to attack Earth type of thing of Kree, I thought that could have tied in somehow to Infinity War while they were dealing with the
No,
Kree.
because that's too much. Like,
I don't
you're
know.
not gonna have the Kree tie into Infinity War.
I thought Thanos could have used the Kree in a
No,
sense.
because that's not the Kree. The Kree would never do that.
It's true, but I don't know. There could have been something. It just felt a little weird. That's kind of I think why I'm disappointed at least that it just doesn't feel like it's gonna connect to Infinity War, and I really don't like that.
It's not. It never was.
Well, we said that it
Ever.
might because of the whole. Didn't they say that they were gonna have this big thing that for
They're doing a big 100th thing, but
yeah.
this has probably got more odds of tying into Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it just kind of disappoints me a little bit because I mean at least with the Age of Ultron one like that at least in that type of way to tie in like I would have been okay with. I hope they still do something like that. I think they still can because I don't know if this whole in the future thing
I
is gonna
mean,
be the whole
they
season.
still could, but that was
Yeah,
before the movie TV split.
it's true. So kind of
See,
tough.
I'm not judging this show based on the fact that it's not going to connect to the movies because
I kind of
it
am.
doesn't have to. Like you're judging it for what it's not instead of what it is.
I don't know if I kind of am to an extent like to
I mean,
100%,
you
but
are. You're going. I'm disappointed it's not tying into Infinity War.
well, yeah,
That's
but I'm
exactly what.
still, yeah, I still like the show or the two episodes, but I just kind of wish they would have tied in a little bit more. I think they could have. I don't know,
I
like
mean,
anything.
would you say that about the CW? Would you be like, oh, I wish they tied into the
They're not
movies?
connected. They've never been connected.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does because they've never been connected. This
But
is an actual,
it's in the multiverse. They can do what the fuck they want. They
like,
can connect it.
yeah, no, because they can't, they haven't connected.
No, not yet, but they
If
could.
they could, okay, that'll finally be what
You
I've
know,
always wanted.
before fucking they cast Flash, everyone was like, "Oh no, gotta get Barry Allen." Cross over. Remember? No, no, no. It's like,
Yeah, I was still hoping it would be. But I doubt it ever will because they always said it's disconnected. It's never going to be connected. And
it's
they
still that.
say the one thing about Marvel was that it is all connected, and that's what I very
Yeah,
much
but you
liked.
don't need. We're on the same planet as people in China, but are you talking to like? Are you
Probably.
up to date with what Chinese people are doing? Do they do anything in your life?
Yeah, they make my everything actually. They make everything I do probably.
I don't
Uh,
know. I mean,
yeah.
true.
It's I don't know. It's I'm not judging it 100%.
I'm not saying you're judging it 100%. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's kind of it. Or
I don't think it's
personally,
unfair either because the other seasons
I
have
mean,
done it too. Have connected in a way. I don't think
I
it's
mean,
unfair.
last season didn't connect to anything at all. The only connection they had last season was fucking the Doctor Strange ball.
Yeah, that's
That's
something.
not connecting it at all. That's just you reusing CGI.
Oh, that was something to me. I thought that actually connected. But yeah,
But still,
so
that's only one thing at the entire season with 2 episodes each.
yeah, but I mean, those are the first two things that popped out to me of like, oh, like too jokey and also just doesn't connect. But once you get past that, it's still like I love the fact that they're here because there's stories that were told. About them coming here, and the monolith took them to the future. And
Yeah,
where's
and it's
Fitz?
all
Are we gonna get a
and
Fitz perspective? Like
it's
that's
all
gonna be cool.
stories from Fitz.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be
I mean,
very
that's clearly
cool.
what it is.
I didn't think about that.
How do you not think about it when like they look? I can't remember who it was who saw the thing,
It was
and
it
was it Gemma who
Mac.
saw
No,
it? And
it
it's
was
like
Mac.
I'm working on it. Fitz. It's
Yeah.
like he's clearly orchestrated this whole like stories of the Shield team, and so it passes down the timeline.
It's gonna be a weird thing when they just go back in time and go to the thing. It's like, where'd y'all been? Nowhere. Like, oh, okay. Like,
Well, I mean, they've clearly been somewhere because
I hope it affects the present though. But like, it's gonna be one of those things where maybe they go back and it's like a minute right after, or like type of thing.
Yeah, or it'll be like I don't know if they'll do that.
I think that's the problem we fall with this type of thing. Like, it's gonna be probably a great season because Shield hasn't really disappointed in my eyes. In that sense of like overall, like I like every season, but it's gonna be one of those things like can it affect the present in a way? You really can't that way. Only just based
I
off the
mean,
characters. Like,
it can't affect everything in the larger scheme of things.
well, I mean, not in like the Marvel MCU, but kind of like at least the Shield
At
universe.
least the shield, yeah, it'll affect.
I
I
hope so. Like,
imagine it will affect
I think,
something.
well, only the characters per se. Like, maybe one of them will die and never come back. That type of thing. Like, that'll be sad though.
I mean, it's how someone hasn't died for a while. So
That'll be sad when somebody dies, and it's not gonna
actually,
be Gemma.
Did Joey die or did Joey just go away?
Joe just went away, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think he might have done. Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's died since
I
Trip.
wonder if one of them is gonna be kind of the great
Actually, no, I tell a
grandchildren.
lie. Fucking Lincoln died, didn't he?
Yeah, that was all season two.
Well, you can't get great grandkids because none of them are pregnant.
But Fitz,
But Gemma's not pregnant.
yeah, but Fitz could have got
How?
the Fitz could have
Yeah,
got Fitz could have found someone else to love.
oh, I mean that. I was just thinking, it's like how is it going to be one of their
No,
great
no, no, no,
when
no,
they're in
no.
the future when
Like,
they wouldn't have. Yeah, no, I get what you mean now.
maybe Fitz's great great grandson or something helps.
I mean,
And
possibly.
yeah, I'm just
No.
curious as to that
That
because
that would be another way to drive that spike further between Fitz and Gemma.
that yeah, it's true. But that's just sad to me that we probably won't see Fitz a lot this season.
You will. You'll see him after the second half,
I
or when
assume.
this arc finishes.
Yeah, well, no, because I thought they were gonna. I thought he was there. We were gonna get a perspective from his side and him finding the monolith and trying to bring him back.
I'd imagine
Yeah,
we would.
yeah,
I
because
don't think they're going to cut him out entirely.
see, that's how to me like it happened in season 3, right, where Gemma was on the planet, and this time around it's Fitz who has to go look.
Yeah,
You know, yeah. Oh, actually, still, it is Fitz too. Dang, Gemma always like Fitz always has to go looking for Gemma, man. Like what?
That's because they cursed, man. Yeah,
Was it this show where it says "I will always find you"? Was it that? Was it them too, or what show was it?
I think it was. I think it was.
I will always find you. No, actually, I'm probably thinking of Once Upon a Time, to be honest.
They've said something to that.
Yeah, okay, but that
so,
makes sense to me that they would say that, like, I'll always find you, and Fitz and Simmons the best.
I just can they be happy just for
Yeah.
one? Like they've clearly like gone as big as they can for this season because it's probably going to be the last. So can we just get like at least an episode
Yeah.
of those two being happy? Like just let them be happy for once,
Okay.
please.
So yeah, we got introduced to the new characters. The one guy who's out on his own, who doesn't. Deke, I think is his name. He's out on his own. He just kind of wants to survive. And that one lady, Tess, who is with what's his face?
Is she the same actress who played Zed in Constantine? She's not, is she?
Let's see. We're gonna
She
look
look
right now.
from what I remember, she looks exactly the same.
She was in Heroes Reborn. She was in the 100. Looking for Constantine. Probably not. Nope.
No.
Yeah.
She just looks the same. Like the way they've made her look, not necessarily the clothes, but like the hair and everything. Like, hang on.
Yeah. Oh, I remember her in Heroes Reborn. Yeah. We of course know that one Joe guy who gave him the meters, the scanners or whatever, like to their wrists. Like he's gonna die. 100%. He's gonna die.
They call those things.
I forgot what they call him.
But they look painful though. Like, is it just like a thick tube that goes through your arm,
I think so.
or is it just like a pole? Because that was like,
It's interesting to me how like Simmons is gonna be the one like working for them in a way, and like she's gonna have to figure out a way out. And
yeah, but what the fuck have they done to her? Like she can't hear anything but him.
yeah, that's crazy, right?
That's fucked up. This fucking random fuck ass Kree is more like Maximus than Maximus was in the Humans. What the fuck?
Oh, you're right.
It's just like I'm just watching it like this is Maximus. It's 100% Maximus. Like why? Like why is everything else doing the Humans better than fucking the Humans did? It's so bad.
Yeah.
But it was nice that they've explored more of the Marvel cosmos. Like they've gone deeper into the Kree, like how the female Krees tend to sometimes have psychic powers.
Yeah, that scares me, man.
And that's why she can like do little magneto balls.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Krees don't have superpowers? And it's like, oh no, the female do. the Nexians is a fucking deep cut. That is a heck of a deep cut.
What do you mean?
Well, the little bugs,
Oh
the
yeah.
Nexians, they have had 4 issues ever, and it was in the 70s. And they've
Damn.
done them like, apart from the lack of clothes and red gloves, like they're perfect. They're exactly like they are. Like they go to random planets and take over the weak shit. Even though there's not much left of Earth, but
There's
I
nothing.
don't know.
And I thought it was interesting that Daisy was the one who destroyed Earth in that sense. It's like,
Yeah, I
what?
wonder.
It's weird.
I wonder how they're going to play that, especially. This is where you get fucky with time travel. How does she pull that off when she's been thrown into the future?
Well, it's one of those things where they're probably gonna go back like a minute after they left, type of thing. But it's not necessarily a
Yeah,
minute after.
but at this point, if she hadn't done it before she went to the future, that shouldn't have happened.
But it's one of those kind of like predetermined.
Unless, which I might in my head just done the gymnastics to figure it out. It wasn't her. It's the only way you can really explain it.
I mean, no, because you can also just explain it's one of those predetermined things
Well,
where
no,
she's just gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, but she would have had to have done it before she got sent back. Otherwise, she's not around to do it.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those predetermined things where she's just gonna go back in time to the minute thing.
If she hasn't done it yet, then when she goes to the future, it wouldn't be there because she hasn't done it.
Yes, it would.
Unless you're going from multiple timelines, but I assume they're working on one.
Yeah, she would still be able to blow it up because she's there, but her future self already went back in time to do that.
She's not there because they go through a monolith taking them out of that timeline. If they were still there, you wouldn't have Fitz going, I'm working on it.
I don't know. To me, it seems like it makes sense. I don't know. To me, it makes sense. Because
I
look at it like this. Like, okay, like there's a straight line, right? Daisy's right here. They took her out. But then she just gets put back in anyways right there, like like a minute after. So it still happens and she destroys the Earth, but she gets to see it and she's gonna go back there anyway, so it's still gonna happen. It's a predetermined thing.
No,
like she's always gonna destroy the Earth. Which is weird, the way I don't know how that's gonna go about. That's kinda weird for her character, but I think it makes sense.
It's her as well. It doesn't make sense to the character.
That's why you should just don't do time travel a lot, because it's kind of like it just gets iffy.
I mean, it gets iffy, but it's if she's not around to do it, it shouldn't be there.
Well, because she's gonna be around to do it.
Yeah, but if look, here's the thing: if you're going to do something and you've gone forward, you're not there to do it. But so when you go back, you're not going to do it.
No, but that's one of those things that's predetermined that it does it anyways. Even there's no free will type of thing. It's gonna happen anyways. It just depends on how you look at it. And that's one aspect of time travel where there's no free will. It's all predetermined. And
to be honest, I honestly think they're going to twist it around so that it's Flynn that's done it.
I mean, it could be. Like, I don't see why not. But even if it is right now, like, just Daisy, if it is ends up being her, I think it makes sense. Like, there's no free will. It's all predetermined in the time. Like, doesn't matter what she wants, she's going to end up doing it anyways.
Yeah. That makes sense, because she hasn't done it yet.
But she's going to do it.
But she's not around to do it, so it shouldn't happen.
She is, because technically,
she's not.
Technically, so if they go back like a minute or a week ahead, she's already in the past already. She's already in the past.
You're relying on ifs. I'm relying on she's not there to do the thing.
No, but I'm relying on
tape of her there.
That's why I'm relying on that type of time travel of whatever the rules are there, where she's already in the past. Like, she's in two places at once technically already. She's in the past and she's in the future because her future self is going to be in the past already. She's already in both places.
Her past self is going to go through the monolith into the future.
Yeah, and her future self is going to already be back in the past. Like, it's going to look like almost she never left if she's there a minute after. But she did leave.
But that's the thing. If she never left, Fitz wouldn't have a need to say, I'm working on it. Because if she's going back right there, she's going to appear with...
See, now that's the thing. That is, like... That's the one question mark in my head. Because if it is predetermined... And how is Fitz, like, still dying? So that's the weird one. Okay, you bring up a good point with that one. I low-key forgot about that one. But that goes against, like, in what they're trying to say that Daisy did it. Because if it's not predetermined then. Because...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not predetermined then.
Like, it's I think there's got to be a twist coming with that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
not her
end up.
then.
It's gonna end up. The world's not going to be destroyed anyway because they can't do that.
Well, yeah, it's
They
not
can't set something that big in motion for this
because if it was predetermined, Fitz would have never put that I'm working on it type of thing. If it's not predetermined.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I
or
tell
if it
you
is,
what, like
yeah.
it would have been the perfect time, and I'm kind of sad we probably won't see it. Like the scene of Daisy doing that, you would have to have every Avenger trying to stop that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad we aren't going to see that.
Yeah. So
Unless it happens in the 100th episode, I doubt it will. But hey.
that's kind of crazy though. That think about it, Fitz is probably gonna die still trying to look for them.
No, Fitz ain't gonna. Well, I mean,
because it seems like that's in the future. Fitz is dead.
I suppose they are 90 years in the future. He would be like 100.
Yeah, he's dead. He's already dead. But so he died looking for them basically and trying to work on it and fix it. He never found them, but he He stayed in that Kree spaceship telling stories. That's you're theorizing. So
well, I mean, he must have done.
How else? Yeah, that makes sense.
How else would they know names and everything? Like
yeah,
that?
No, that's yeah, it makes sense. So that's like he died looking for them on the ship or around somewhere in space, and he just never found them. And then that future's never gonna happen once they go back in time because they're gonna go back in time. Fitz is gonna find them, and this future's not gonna happen. So it's that type of time travel where it's not predetermined, but you can change things. Yeah.
Yeah, so time travel.
Yes. Well, there's different time travel. There is predetermined time travel. There's difference. There's like eight. Like there's so many different versions of time travel. This one is just going around the regular one where you can change it all. There's predetermined one. There's one where you get a time limit to change it back type of thing.
I wonder if they'll have the time limit in it.
There's it could be.
I don't think.
I think it's just gonna be the whole you could change everything changes as soon as you do stuff. So like they left, Fitz kept looking for them, and then the Earth died, got destroyed. But if they go back, that's never gonna happen. It's gonna be erased or another timeline, whatever you want to call it. But
I'm kind of convinced myself that it's going to be Flint is the one to have done it.
I mean, it could be. Like, I don't know.
He's the only one capable of something like that. He fucking moved Pluto off its orbit.
Is the reason Deke says Quake because he sees her in the framework? That also they really popularized the framework. So.
The way they utilize that in this is fantastic. It's like, yes, why would it not be like an opiate?
It really reminds me of what I love about Inception, and I was like, yeah, I love that. I love that aspect
setting it off. It's just such a clever idea.
Yeah.
I built it up by myself and did this and that. And it's kind of like, are we going to get Radcliffe back? Radcliffe would be cool to come back if he got, he says he got hold like the old servers. Yeah. So I wonder if it'd be cool if he did.
So, anything else you want to mention about this? I don't know what else besides the Kree Legray. I'm curious as to who the
Kree are fucking savages as well. Yeah. Like what the we're gonna wipe out your history so you can focus on the future, but we're gonna make you do Hunger Games.
Yeah, I mean, ridiculous.
It's like okay, Kree. Like I know the Kree are fucked up, but damn, can we just chill for a minute?
Pretty much Nazis in that sense.
I mean, yeah. The effects of them are really well done as well. Like the makeup, really well done. Yeah, even though the other, I just want to know what's the point of the perfect people.
Maybe I don't know.
So who the fuck is visiting this guy?
Yeah, that's why I'm a little curious who those party people are going to be. Like what?
It'd be cool if it's like an accuser, because Ronan's dead, so they can do what the fuck they want now.
That's true. I guess we'll see Friday. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think Runaway's on tonight. Today's Monday. So yeah.
Yeah, that's on tonight. I'm going to start watching that on a Monday.
Yeah.
Because I watched it on a Monday or Tuesday last week, and it's like I kind of forgot most of it, so I'm going to... So it's fresh in my mind. Like S.H.I.E.L.D. was today. I watched that today. I know. It's definitely... I say it's one of their strongest openings ever, to be honest, but...
All right.
That's just me.
And nothing else, right? Is that pretty much it?
No, that's me done.
Yeah, I'm excited for what's next on S.H.I.E.L.D. And we'll see that Friday. So, with that, till next time.
Toodles!